poppin' YouTube? I'm gonna bust out a video here on Meta. Um, they basically got rid of their when they get rid of their um, metaverse program or what have you. So that helped them get some market cap back, but the AI capex must be struggling still for them. So here's a daily chart, which of course this was nasty. A bunch of retards on social media bought this dip. I don't know why. I was short, but I did cover my shorts. I didn't play in this because this is just no man's land. I was waiting to see if it was going to get back above this 690, 700 area, which was the gap, which I marked this and I said this gap is going to fill, which, I have a couple chats I'm in, which again is nothing special. Gaps fill. But now what I want to see is we have the moving averages fast cross over, but we don't really have a new high. We have like a double top here minus this weird ass bar here. But again, the close to try to rally up to close down here is very not bullish, I guess you could say. So it's in this middle of this range. So is 600 going to hold? Is 700 going to hold? It's in this $100 range, which it got up there quick during the Thanksgiving week. It came in with some bigger volume, but then there was some nasty volume here today, which was the top near term. And again, I don't understand this weird ass candle. I gotta go back and check that to see. But anyways, I believe Meta now is possibly, now that it tested there, probably trapped some folks. Folks were already trapped buying here. A lot of them probably got out at break even. You buy here and it goes against you and you're like, damn, I'm wrong. But you go sell it back out for like a break even, small win, small loss when it gets back to your entry. And that's when you get this big bar here. A lot of people, washed their hands and more than likely liquidated Facebook essentially on this gap up to close shape bottom on this day, the 4th. And since then, we've just been trickling lower, minus this weird day. But now my question is, my intermediate line in the sand is about 630 right here. 630 needs to hold if we're gonna go up, find a bottom, and go higher. If that fails, then that opens the door back down to 600 here. So this 630 is important. The 61.8. Again, markets love to pull back to the half back, give or take. But if it doesn't get into that, then that opens the door lower. And then if it gets under this 552 again, it's going a lot lower, which that would open up the door. And again, here's a Fibonacci, another example of how it trades right to the support and resistance levels, right to that half back, stalled, also a downtrend line, a DTL with 3 touches. And now we're pretty much at that exhaustion point. So is this going to again find buyers, or are we going to head back lower? The momentum looks weak. The volume isn't really there. We could go check the other metrics I use. I gotta clean this up. The MACD had the buy signal, but now it's topping relative to this one. It did get above these, but here's the other variant moving averages. There's a sloping 50 and like a sideways 200 as well right here on Meta. That's about to hit it. And then the MACD did cross down per se, even though it was up. That's why this red line is printing right here. So when that printed again before, back in here, and then you got the print. So we don't have the red bar here yet, but there could be some more downside action again in store in Meta. But again, the 50 and the 200 are acting as resistance now. So it's in between the fast and the slows. So it's kind of like no man's land, like I said. Let me go see if there's any other. Let me see what the RSIs are doing. Yeah. And then again, we do have the uptrend. Try to start it, but if this red line is flipped blue, but it looks like it's printing some red there too, which is now going to maybe flip bearish. And you can see when this thing goes from blue to red, price usually goes down. That's just the MA Wilder thing. I'm cleaning up my stuff, so when I start to stream, I can streamline through these and go through these charts rather quickly, highlight what's needed, and pass on what's check the anchored high to low VWAPs, which yeah, this is also struggling here. Now, if this green line can cross back above this red line like it did here, that is another bullish signal. But so far, it's not happening when you drew these high to low VWAPs. And then you could see if they do kind of cross here, like it did back here in March, then that's also going to mean we're going to roll over. Again, it is a seasonality time, so like December 14th to the year end, stock markets usually get bids. So we'll see if they're going to bid up Meta or not. So just to rehash, the line in the sand is like the 630 area that needs to hold. I don't have that marked here. If that gives way, but basically it's like kind of like right in here. If that gives way, we're going to head lower. If we get back above 700 with some authority, then I'll look to be a buyer. But again, right now I'm flat. But overall, my portfolios are, most of them, I have a handful, are net short bias. Net short delta, meaning I want stocks to keep going lower versus higher at this point. But anyways, tips, tricks, suggestions, let me know. Cheers, guys. Have a good weekend.